this is Chrissy with Chrissy's Beautiful Life. I am about to do a process video for you guys based on an inspiration piece I found on Pinterest. I will of course link that right after this little short snippet. This is the photo I'm going to work with today. It is a cute just photo I took for Jackson, one of his monthly pictures that I took before he turned a whole year old. And to be precise, I can tell you he was, let's see here, sorry, just looking on my computer, is probably 6 months old in this photo, I believe. I think that's about right. He's about 6 months. But that's not going to be talking about the fact that he's 6 months. What it's going to be talking about is the fact that, if you can see, my little guy is bald at the top of his head there. And my sister and I, we kind of were joking around, and for a little while until he got hair on the top of his head was called Grandpa Jackson. So kind of just a fun story. I'm going to try to tell it in a way so that as he reads it when he's older, no feelings are hurt at all. So that's the story. Let me slide that over. I'm going to be working with this paper pad. It's a 6x6 from Fancy Pants called True Friend. And I'm working through it because it's October and I am part of the Victoria Marie No Buy October group. So it's to use up all your stuff. And today I thought I would work with a 6x6 pad and work with that. So I love these colors. There's some really nice bright colors. I might lean a little more towards the teal and the black because of his pajamas, but we will see how it goes. So I'll get you on fast forward.
So what you're first going to see me do is get out some of my acrylic paint, and I'm just using a white acrylic paint and then adding some of my spray mist into it to make this very pretty soft mint colored to add on to my layout. I am doing this based off of Marianne's. She had a challenge for the Crafty Maven Getaway crop that I was in last week, and that's what this is for. She asked that we use one paint, so that's where this acrylic paint is coming from, 2 spray mists, and I'm using the Recollections one, and then I also use a bit of the Tim Holtz Distressed ink, the Cracked Pistachio, so that's my 2, and you're to use either 2 colored stamp inks and 1 stamp, or 2 stamps and 1 ink, or a vice versa, however you want to do with that, and I will do that as well. So that's the challenge. So you see, I'm just kind of deciding how I want to do it. I wasn't sure if I was just going to paint it on, which is what I do, or if I was going to do the smushing technique, but that wasn't getting the exact look that I wanted, though you are going to see, I think I do try it. So I smush it on there, but I did not like the way it looked. It was too messy and too clumpy. So acrylic paint, unless it's very wet, does not do well with the smushing technique, just so you know. So that's how I deal with that. I just do a little bit. I probably should have done more because in the end it doesn't actually end up staying. You can't really tell it's there, but you can see that I'm doing it. And I do add a tiny bit more, just splatters. There are already splatters printed on this background page, and so I'm just adding my own to bring in some more of that teal. And then I set it away to dry, and now I'm back with that, and I'm flipped the wrong way. What is going on here? And so I'll fix this in my video, but I am now putting the layers. So I add that really pretty floral, it's not floral, it's a heart paper. I back my photo on some teal, and then I also use a frame. This is the base of my layout, and I'm like, oh, the stamping, I gotta do the stamping right away. So I do happen to do that. I grab what I need, and I just am using a ruler. I don't know where my acrylic block is, so this ruler's working well. I use some Stampin' Up! Pool Party, and I will stamp it on the corners to make it do what I want it to do. You see it is upside down at the moment. I do apologize. It does come right side up. That should be the only problem. That quick little video should have been the only problem where everything is upside down, and I do apologize. Normally I catch that. So this is where you're seeing me do my stamping. My second stamp will come into play at the very end, and you will see that. And this photo, I know I said he was about 6 months in my intro, but when I actually looked it up, he is 4 months old because I'm like, that's not right. He was much chubbier at 6 months, so he is 4 months old in this photo here. And you see, I am just grabbing out some of my letters, and I make my title spell out Grandpa Jax, and it is using the black and white striped, I think they're almost on a diagonal stripe, and then that really pretty teal color. And then I know I want to use that arrow. I'm kind of playing around. I pulled out some pieces of ephemera to play around with, and I really love that it's titled A Memory Recorded, but it doesn't make it on the layout. I tried, but it doesn't work. However, that Never Forget It, that sticker will, it's not a sticker, that piece of ephemera will make it onto my layout, along with The Good Life, that also makes it on, with a few other pieces up there to kind of help tie it all in. I wanted to fill that frame in somehow, and so that piece worked really well. I then am going to grab my puffy stickers from the Journey collection and play around with trying to decide what should go there. In the end, I add 3 little of those tiny arrows to point towards the word Jax. And the story of this is when he was little, he was so bald up top that my sister's, one of my little nephews, was like, he looks like an old man. And we nicknamed him Grandpa Jax. And so that's just what this story is about. It's a cute story, and I know I said it in the intro, but I just wanted to kind of reiterate that. So it's just such a sweet photo. So I am now pulling from the sticker sheet from, again, the Journey collection. The Journey collection had the right tones in it. It had the black and the teal, and that is what this whole layout became. I was going to try to pull in some red, but I decided I didn't like that, so instead it's very monochromatic. And you know what? These are my favorite colors. It's what I'm good at. It's what I like. It's appealing to my eye, makes me happy, and so I did it. And in the end, this is one of my absolute favorite layouts I have ever made, and it's so simple. I do play around a lot. I'm just trying to find the right pieces, and in the end, what ends up happening is you're going to see that the word Jax magically moves. It kind of shifts to the right a little bit so that it's a little more, it just looks better. So you're going to see that magically happen along with my journaling, because it's quite boring to see journaling. I do add my date stamp here, and it says just the date. And what you're going to miss, and you'll see in the close-ups, however, is that I added more journaling to the bottom because this is so blocky right now that adding another section of journaling at the bottom helps to tie in and make it all coherent and look really good. So I think you missed that. I don't think I add that in, but I do it. So I'm thinking, and I'm thinking really hard here. I knew something was missing. I couldn't figure it out. I'm going to try a bunch of different things. Nothing is going to make it on except for the journaling. The journaling will be the final touch, and you will see that in the close-ups. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and this does complete all of my layouts for the crop. I'll talk to everyone soon. Bye!